Man. Back on YouTube Live, man. He was on this game, watching the movies, man. Watch this. We're finna do something different. Yes, sir. Let's jump on this game. What's up with YouTube, man? We're back on YouTube. It's Red. So, a lot of people want me to talk about the group home, Warner Mountains group home part 2 that I was in, man. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. It's Red. He said a yam. A yam, what's up with you, a yam? Welcome in, welcome in. It's Red. We in here. Welcome to the live, man. It's Red. Hopefully y'all can see me all right. Hopefully. Yeah, there you go. There we go. I like that better. Now y'all can see me a little more. What's up with y'all? It's Red. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna scoot this up real quick, y'all. We finna show y'all how we get down on this Fortnite, and then after that, I'm gonna talk about the story with the Warner Mountains group home, the group home that I was in that was a cult that got shut down. We're gonna talk about it. This part 2 though. This ain't part 1. So if you ain't been here for part 1, go check it out on my YouTube. But right now, this is number 2. It's Red. But right now, we finna start rolling up this Bleezy. You know what I mean? Get started. Finna play a couple games. And after this, we're going to get to talking about story time, about how I was at the group home. How did I first arrive? Like when we first arrived, first I talked to y'all already on what the group home was like, how many kids was there, how it was a cult, why did it get shut down, how it was being a child growing up in a cult, you know what I mean? So I told you a little bit of that, but I haven't told y'all how it started, how day 1 was like. You know, what did they give us for clothes? What did we get? So we're going to explain all that today. Get started about it, bro. I think it's a great thing. A lot of people want me to talk about it. Don't get me wrong, it's hard to talk about it. There's times that I cry when I talk about it. There's times that I reminisce. So it's just, you know, it's good and the bad. You just take it, and, you know, that's what made me today. Let alone, you know, I've been dealing with the cancer. Even got shot in the head, and we still alive from that. So we've been dealing with a lot of shit. We've been in a cult as a group home that got shut down, you know, and now no other, you know, children or whatever want to have to go through what I went through. So it's love, man. It's Red. I want to say shout out to the state of California for shutting that motherfucker down, dude. It's Red. So we're going to get started. We're going to smoke. We're going to play this game. We're going to do probably 2 battles, a 0 build real quick while we live. Smack some shit. After that, then I'm gonna get straight to story time. And that, you know me, I make music. I don't really be talking on this story shit, so y'all gotta bear with me. We working together. Y'all know what I mean? We gonna do this together. So yeah, other than that, man, I'm happy to know they say you can, you know, smoke up, man. So I'm gonna smoke up. They say you don't use it. They puff pass. So, another thing that was crazy. So, when I first got to the group home, we're going to start it off. It was dark. It was dark. It was late at night. That was probably the main reason why I did not want to run from it. Because it was pitch black outside, and we in the middle of nowhere. Like, you got to remember, it wasn't in no city. We in the middle of fucking nowhere, not a building around. Nothing's around. We in the middle of a valley with nothing. Not no city within 3 hours. So, with that being said, it was pitch black. So I was kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, my heart was pumping on like, if I run, I'm about to get ate up. You know, they do got mountain lions. We got wolves. We got coyotes. We got everything, bro. There's a lot of shit up there. Bears. You got brown bears and black bears. And I really picture, I'm pretty sure it's black bears, but they just look brown, you know what I mean? So you got black bears that are black, but then you got some black bears that are brown bears too. But that I'm pretty sure they're not like brown bears like grizzly bears. You know, you gotta go to Alaska for that shit. So it's kind of crazy, bro, because like I didn't want to walk just because of that. We hear noises, you know. So I remember when I first got there and it's dark, when we first pull up, they brought me to the office. When I get to the office, they give you a little bag. The bag came with toothpaste. It came with your toothbrush, which you already still had. You got to remember, we was just incarcerated, so we still had the little toothpicks for toothbrushes. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the little toothbrushes. We had them motherfuckers. We had the little toothpaste, the little Colgate, all that shit. So they gave us a bag. So I'm wondering, like, damn, they giving us the same thing they got. But don't get me wrong, they gave it to us like on a big level though, like a regular toothpaste, a regular toothbrush. But it was just like we had just got it. So I was just like wondering, why did they give it to us? So they gave us the toothpaste, toothbrush. Then they had these shampoo bottles. It was just like, you know, regular shampoo, nothing special. I would say Dial, a little cheap brand. But they had it all like in like a cabinet. So they grab you 2 shampoos and conditioners. So we got shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, all, you know, the good stuff you need for your hygiene. So after that, they telling me, they going over the rules, like, you know, you can't do this, you know, you're not allowed to have a phone, no electronics. You know, we had a phone and we had electronics, but you weren't allowed to. So the whole point is, you know, you weren't allowed to have so many certain things. And we couldn't have a phone, we couldn't have no electronics, you couldn't have no music. The music we were allowed to have would have to be burned onto a CD. So we had to burn it onto a CD and it had to get approved. You know what I mean? Oh, we finna cut on that nigga. Watch this shit. He tried to get your boy. We ain't done yet. So look, check this out. So we had to get it burned on a CD where it had to get approved. But sometimes, bro, they wouldn't always approve the music we had. So like sometimes you go pay them in like at this little area by our office that was at the group home. You would pay for this CD, right? And sometimes they wouldn't just approve of you with this CD. You feel me? Look, my bad. Let me kill this dude, y'all. That's how you kill him. That's how you kill him, just like that. So now let me get back to story time. So you couldn't get the CD burned with everything like you wanted, you know what I mean? You only had to get certain things on the CD burnt. So they didn't approve of a lot of hip hop at that time. I don't know if y'all know, between 2012, 2009, all that was like the good time of music, you know? 2009, 2012, there was good music, but during 2012, everybody was talking about the world going to end, because that's why they made the movie 2012. So we was all stuck in that type of hype where they saying you can't play this type of music and all that. And that's what was cool. Like, I loved one thing about the group home. I was already rapping and making music there. So they was already supportive of us making music. So it was kind of funny how it worked out, where they being supportive of us making music when we kids and we don't even know what we doing. We just freestyling some shit on the beat, just turned on the YouTube beat. And back then, YouTube was way different back then. You gotta understand, this when YouTube had just like really got to like elevating, dude. People are getting their first few M's, you know what I mean? And so it was kind of cool to see that. So like I said, we were able to have the CDs. We all had boom boxes. So like I went to, you know, it was by Oregon. So we were in Eugene. We go to Klamath Falls. So I was in Klamath Falls. And we would go shopping, and we went to this place called, I don't know if y'all heard of it, it's called Fred Meyer. We went to Fred Meyer in Klamath Falls, and I ended up buying this boombox, bro. Well, this boombox I bought had a TV. So remember how, like I just said, you can't have no electronics. I had my Xbox. I've had this thing since the group home. You feel me? This thing old. This thing, you see, it's already messed up on the, yeah, it's a little bit old. It's been around for, this is an OG Xbox. I bought this back in 2013. I had to pre-order it. So, with that being said, you know what I mean? I had this motherfucker in there with the group home. Well, on the boombox, it has the 3 prongs. You know, this got HDMI, but you can have the 3 prong too. I don't know if you know that. So, with that being said, we had the 3 prongs on the back. We plug it in, and I was able to play video games off my boombox in my room without having the TV in my room. And I got the boombox. I'm gonna show y'all right now, real quick. I don't really be showing too much stuff like this, but let me grab it real quick. Hold on, we're gonna make sure they don't hit me real quick. Alright, so we back, y'all. This is the boombox that I had when I was in the group home with the Colt. It had the iPod, iPhone. We had an iPhone at the time, so you could just hook up your iPhone. It's got the TV in it. As you can see, it had a flat screen TV that you were able to twist around, flip it wherever way. The best part about it is, when you opened up to put the CD in, it opened up where you didn't know the flat screen was there. Look. So they never noticed that the flat screen was there when I had this. This right here was the way that I was able to play video games and chill in my room incarcerated. With just these 3 prongs. These 3 prongs. Oh, hell no. Hell no. He trying to come. He ain't finna get me. Not today. Yeah, we on your ass. We on your ass. Hold on, y'all. They trying to get me. So like I said, that was my only way of playing, and having that in the room. So, like I said, we were able to have boom boxes. When I first got there, like I said, they gave you the toothbrush. They gave you your little package. Then they gave us clothes. When we got to the door and they walked us to which house we're going to be staying in, they gave us the clothes. So the list of the clothes is, you got 2 pair of pants. They were those Wranglers, cheap from Walmart. Walmart Wranglers, that's what I called it. Walmart Wranglers. We had those Walmart Wranglers. You had the Wrangler, so we had the 2 Walmart Wrangler for the pants, the jeans, Wrangler jeans. Then we had the Wrangler jeans. They gave you 2 Fruit of the Loom shirts. But the things that nobody liked about the Fruit of the Loom shirts, they were those cheap little, from the pack Fruit of the Loom shirts. But they would either give you a white, a gray, or one of those highlighted colors, which nobody wanted to wear the highlighted colors. It was already bad enough we had to wear gray, but then they had highlighted colors or purple or something. So everybody all remember, they gave you those Fruit of the Loom shirts. Nobody used to want the colorful. Everybody always got gray or white. Gray or white. And so they gave you the Fruit of the Loom shirts. They gave you a Fruit of the Loom gray sweater. That's a zip up. They gave you that. Then, now look, check this out. This is supposed to be your regular clothes, right, that you wear. This Fruit of the Loom. They give you just 2 pairs. So you get 2 shirts, get 2 pair of pants. This is what you're supposed to wear while you go outside, on your own time. So check this out. They pull out this other clothes. When they pull out this other clothes, I thought it's for us to maybe go to church. That's what I really thought it was at first. Because, it's a collared shirt. They had some, khakis. So it wasn't like you could get Dickies. We all bought Dickies. I remember I had Dickies. I had the Dickies with the cargos. But some people didn't, some of the people that I was with, they didn't want to spend no $25 of their own money on some cargo pants. So, they didn't have the Dickies. They would have just, I'm trying to remember what's a good brand I could show you, so they would have, instead of Dickies, they would have, because, Ben Davis, I was rocking Ben Davis, too, but that's expensive. Ben Davis ain't cheap. So instead of Dickies, they would have your Lee pants. I don't know if you ever heard of Lee. That's some cheap ass shit. But it's khakis though. It's some cheap pair of khakis. So they gave us 2 pair of khakis, right? And then they gave us 2 collared shirts. So in my head, I'm thinking these collared shirts were for church. I was least thinking these are for school. So then they give us those 2 collared shirts, right? And it's hella funny when they give us these collared shirts, man. I'm over here I'm rushing to get it. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm happy. Because, they're those polo collar. Y'all know, I got some Ralph Lauren polo up in there right now. So, you got the polo collar. And so, it was kind of funny because when I'm rocking the shirt and I go to grab it, she's like, yeah, you got to put that on first thing in the morning at 6 in the morning. And like I told you, I got there at night. So it's already getting dark. I'm about to go to bed. They about to tell me, go take a shower and all this whole. They gave me. This is the thing, like I told you, that clothes that they gave us, the little Wranglers, I had to go switch into those immediately. Like pretty much the clothes that I was wearing wasn't approved. If you get what I'm saying. My clothes said California. I'm from the Bay Area, so a lot of the Bay Area, California, it was that California clothes. So on the clothes it said Cali and all that extra stuff. Well, that wasn't approved in the group home. You can't have that up in the group home. So I had to take all my clothes. Now I watched all my good clothes that I had get bagged up, and I'm never able to see it again. And I still ain't seen that shit to this day. So it's kind of crazy, right? So next you know, they bag up my clothes. They bag up all my old shit. They're bagging up everything like, hey, take off your shoes. You can't even have your shoes. Like, because I had red shoes, all this. Just a whole bunch of shit. You can't have this in the, there's no colors. That's why I just told you we had highlight colors. We all incarcerated, dude. So everybody up in this motherfucker fuck ups. So, like I said at the end of the day, but we was all in here and it was cool. So like, and it's a cult. But we didn't notice it's a cult. You gotta remember, this is still my first day. So I don't know it's a cult at the time. I didn't know that they were running a whole background program on the program. You know what I mean? So, next thing you know, I ended up getting, like I said, all my stuff taken away, and they took everything away. Well, when we go to the school the next morning, well, really, after that, I'm going to start, let me finish off with the shower. So then they told me to take a shower. The bathroom's small as fuck. You thought your bathroom in your cell was small, dude. This thing's so small. The tub and the sink it's all touching, dude. And they're little trailers. So it's small, bro. Like, I don't think y'all understand how small this was. Like, one of my boys was big. His name is Dante. He big though. He huge, right? And it's crazy, bro, because like he was in there and he barely could fit while we was locked up. Like, I'll never forget that, because we were, at the time, I'm gonna tell you the story and get there soon enough, but we used to have to smoke in the bathroom because that was the only way we could open the window. So everybody used to sometimes have to huddle up in there. It's hot box in the bathroom. I know y'all, some of y'all been there hot box the bathroom one time. Don't act like you ain't did that when you was a child. We used to do that. So, next thing you know, I'm over there, took a shower. I get out. After I take a shower, I ask her, like, I remember, like, about snacks. I was hungry. So she ended up going to the thing. They had a key, like one of those little keys with the locks. I don't know if you ever seen how they got locked up things where they put it on the cover and it spins and it just unlocks the cover like that. Simple little key. And so they had those. Well, she goes, grabs me like a couple granola bars. I think she got me some top ramen and something like that. And so, like, I'm looking in the fridge, bro. Like, we trying to really eat, dude. Like, we just got out. I just told y'all I had ate all my McDonald's I had. I told y'all that already on the last live. I ate all the McDonald's. We trying to still win, too. It's only 12 more people. I'm about to focus on the game, too. This shit ain't over, but I'm just, this story time. We doing the story while we playing. And so, next thing you know, I was hungry. So, like, I just remember I ate those granola, I don't know if y'all ever ate a Quaker granola bar. That motherfucker barely this big, bro. I fucking eat like 10 of them motherfuckers. So I ate a bunch. And at that time, I was a much bigger. I weighed about 250. So, I was big. I was fat. I was very depressed. I ate a lot of food, bro. And it was crazy. That was like my way to cope with the pain, of not having no parents and being by myself, not having no friends and everything, and nobody by myself. That was the way to cope with it. And it really wasn't the good way to do it, but that was my way of coping with it. Because they had me taking meds. I was on all types of meds. I had mental meds. I had the Remeron, the Ritalin, the Prozac. That's depression. You know what I mean? I done took all types of crazy pills. Oh, he thinks he's sliding, y'all. Tell this nigga, oh yeah, oh no. Oh, damn, he's a boy. He had that rocket launcher. Okay. See, I was finna run him over, but he had that rocket launcher. See, when there's a rocket launcher involved, you done brought a rocket launcher to the gun, yeah, you know what's gonna happen. So either way, we're gonna let that start back up. Fuck. I knew I was just ready for him too. I seen him creeping up, dude. I heard him too. That's the best part about the game. You can hear the footsteps. But shit, sometimes you gotta be ready for that shit. But so next you know, it was crazy, right? Cause like I said, one thing about this group home, it was a cult, bro. So like they had certain rules and certain things that I didn't even know that was there until I found out the hard way. So you know, you sometimes have to find out by doing something bad these rules that they have in the play of whatever should not be approved in the first place. Nobody should be having to, first of all, they used to do, this ain't even the bad part, but this is just some of the shit. They would have us write these essays, right? These essays were 5,000 word essays. So what a 5,000 word essay is to them is they give you this piece of paper, right? And you got to copy it 50 times. 50 times, because each time is 1,000 words. So you got to do it 50 times. That's 50,000 word essay. Or 5,000 or whatever. You got to do it 5 times, I guess, or whatever I meant to say. So you have to copy that 1,000 word piece of paper, which is fucking long like a motherfucking book. Long as fuck. And you got to literally copy everything. Everything to core. Like whether the period, the everything. If you miss one thing, you got to start over. You had to start over. Do you understand that? How much your hand would be cramping? Your hands would just cramp. So yeah, y'all can hear it. I still got cramps in my hand from that shit. That shit is crazy, bro. And so like, it was a lot of shit that I had to learn just from that. You know, like just getting those cramps and like, damn, that shit's crazy. Cause like they basically made our hands into worker hands. Cause when you think about it, our hands were just used to working shit all day long. Like at the end of the day, we working a pencil and we freaking got cramps, dude. And we taking it like it's no problem and gotta be able to do it with a smile. And so, like I said, the crazy part about it is that night, I was trying to get the food. So that's when I found out that they got rules of like, you know, we can't even just eat the food that we want to eat. The food that we want to eat has to be approved by them. Let alone, it's got to be approved by them. You just can't eat no candy at night. You know, we can't drink no soda at night. Like, they started to, I'll show you, you know, once we talk more about it. They do let you do that after you level up. Like, they have phase levels. So we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Well, since I just started and I was the first group home person there, like it was my first time at the group home as a kid, I was a phase 1. So you already know I'm on the lowest level. I got to work my way up to be able to drink and have sodas in your room. They had a mini fridge. We were able to have mini fridges in our room. Like, I had a mini fridge in my room, but you got to get to phase 3 to have that. If you ain't phase 3, you can't get the mini fridge. So you got to get to phase 3 to get the mini fridge. You feel me? So it's like you had to kind of like, they would put things out there that make you want to work for it. Like every kid wants a mini fridge in their fucking room at the time. So for you to want that mini fridge in your room full of your sodas or whatever you want, you know, because obviously you don't want to drink they shit. I didn't want to eat they shit. I didn't want to drink none of they shit. So I always used to get my own shit. So that's what they used to do, is just basically like bribe us. But that's not only the bad part. That's just something they would do to try to reward us. So this is something that was good for us as kids, you know. They reward us. Not only do you get the mini fridge in your room, you get to have your Xbox. And you're allowed to have a TV in there. So you see how I'm saying? You weren't allowed to have the TV. I had to have the boombox when I was phase 1. When you phase 1, you gotta have this motherfucker. You gotta have the boombox with the TV. You know what I mean? You gotta have the boombox with the TV. You know what I mean? The boombox with the TV. Hooking up to the iPod or the iPhone. And I still got all my iPhones and everything. So it's kind of crazy, bro. And so, it's kind of like wild to me because it's like we were still able to get away with it, but then like they had little things where they would try to bribe us with us to like make us work for it. Hold on, let me turn this down, y'all. That shit loud. I'm over here by the boss. I didn't even notice I landed next to the boss. As y'all can see, they got a whole lot of stuff going on over there. But so next thing you know, it was kind of funny, right? So like we couldn't have the TVs, but they bribe us with TVs. You were able to have a microwave in your room. So come on now, who wouldn't like to have a microwave in your room? We all had Top Ramen back then. All of us had Top Ramen. So it was the best thing if you could just microwave it in your room and not have to go out there, because at night they had these things called night guards. You weren't supposed to be out your room past 11 like I told you on the last video. So when you would be out your room past 11, you get caught by a night guard, they dock you up. That's a mark. Now you got to do those essays, let alone you got to do those essays. They going to make you do work or make you do something. Like pretty much you in trouble just for getting caught out your room past the hours, which is crazy. It's like, what the fuck? Is it that big of a deal? I'm trying to go get some water from the sink. You can't even go get no water from the sink. Oh, hell no. This is what's trying to kill me. So, right, you can't even get no water from the sink. Hold on, let me play this game real quick, y'all. Try to focus. So with you not being able to get water from the sink, it kind of sucked, because you're like, damn, I can't even go get water late night. Like, you know, if you're really hungry, you're not supposed to do this, do that. The only thing you're supposed to do is go to the bathroom. Well, what the thing is, it wasn't like they, since we kids, it wasn't like they had cameras inside the houses, but they left the windows brag open. So each house had a ginormous window, bro. So as long as the night guard would just walk straight out, she could see what's going on in every single house. Just because them windows are so big, bro. And every single house has a big window. So she could see, like, if you moving around in the house, they gonna see it and they on your ass. So some of us used to be crawling. You know, you crawling on the ground, then you peek up. Oh shit, they right there. They get back to the room. Don't peek back up, dude. Just keep crawling on the ground. So we used to crawl. We used to do some crazy shit, bro. And so like we crawling, right, and the night guards would come, and like I think one time I seen one dude get caught, bro. And when he got caught, like it was such a big deal, bro. Like I don't think you understand. Like, not only did he have to do the essays, like I'm telling you, but like, they didn't just let him go to sleep, bro. That motherfucker was up all night before he went to school again, bro. Like, they were fucking with him. Like, they made sure, like, oh, you want to come out your room? We gonna make sure you ain't going back to your room to get rest for the rest of the night. Which was crazy, bro, because, like, some of us was tired, you know what I mean? Like, let alone we kids, we children. I mean, I was 15 or 14, 15 at the time. So I was 15. So you picture I was 15, 16. And some of us was like older. So I mean, I was a little bit older than some of us, but some of us was still young people. So we all young, you know. And it's just crazy because like we were all just trying to figure out. Oh man, my other phone died. I was reading y'all live too. Hold on, let me plug this in y'all for the other live too. Yeah. I know I need to plug that in, man. What's up with YouTube, man? What's up with y'all, man? What y'all got going? We on the live, man. I know y'all be saying I need to do this more and talk about part 2, so that's why I'm hitting you with part 2 right now and doing this live and talking about it. But we finna smoke this dude real quick. He's trying to run. Damn, bro. That's crazy. That motherfucker got me. I don't know how. Oh, he had a shield. I didn't even have no shield. The game just started. Either way, so the whole point is, like I said, another thing that was crazy with the night guards, like, you know, you weren't able to get caught. So at night. So then next you know, like I said, we start school the next morning. So when we start school the next morning, I don't know if I told y'all, it's cold. So it's been cold. This motherfucker starts snowing. So it's snow outside. We got snow outside. Like I remember, like, cause I wasn't used to it. You know, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from like the water, a little bit of heat, but it's California. But nothing crazy of where I'm used to the snow. Like, oh, I'm living in the snow now. So it was kind of wild, bro. Cause like I wasn't gonna wear that little gray little Fruit of the Loom sweater they gave me. Cause I'm thought like, hey, it's a little cheap sweater. It ain't even gonna keep me warm. But it was like either you get that or you don't get no sweater. So it was like, dang, it's snowing. You know, we up here in the mountains and stuff. By Oregon, it's all snowing everywhere. So it was just crazy, right? So we walking to school and all I remember, like, I had on some, Because they gave us like these type of cheap, you know, they're cheap shoes. I wouldn't say they were Walmart shoes. They were like some name brand shoes. But they weren't like no freaking crazy shoes. Like they would give us boots. They would give us like some cheap Barham boots. Because like I even told the lady, like I'm used to rocking Timberlands. And she gave me some generic like brown Timberlands. And I'm like, well, what are these? And they would say Braham or Braham, but they were like little $30 boots. So the shoes they gave us were like almost like Skechers, bro. Got that little old Skechers look. Y'all remember Skechers? So like that's, I mean, Skechers still around. I don't know why I say y'all remember. They still around. And go support Skechers. We gotta keep Skechers around, man. Skechers OG. And so like next thing you know, they gave us those type of shoes like Skechers, and all I remember, bro, we all got these cheap shoes. And when I'm walking to school, bro, we just slipping and sliding, bro. Like, and it's funny as hell, cause there's like it's a road. It's a road to the school. So the school is called Stronghold School. That's what the school is called, Stronghold School. And there's a road to it. So like when it was snowing, the road was icy. So it was freshly paved tar. So like, shit you not, this motherfucker, you sliding on shit, bro. You slippity sliding. And so I just thought it was so funny because the first day, bro, and I'm going to school and we all walking to school, everybody kept eating shit and falling. The girls was falling, the guys was falling, everybody. Because like I said, you know, they had us all separate. So like, you know, we had all the girls right here lined up, all the guys right here, and we would walk in the line towards to the school. But even though like we all walked in the line, we still had to like try to keep it separate until we got into school. And in school, we were able to interact with each other and all talk to each other. Which, like I said, it's a blessing because I want to say long live Claudia. You know, we lost a bunch of names, but I just want to say long live Claudia. You know, and I want to say, you know, long live Missy. And there's a bunch more names than that, dude. The list goes on, dude. It's kind of crazy, bro. Like it's more like it's crazy, bro. Like the list, a lot of people passed trying to run away from this place. A lot of people passed, you know, after they left this place. Like Claudia, she had passed after she left, and I want to say condolences to her family, and condolences to everybody that knew Claudia. You know, I know Flash. You know, he gonna see this. He knew her as well. There's another person we knew, Lil Malik, he was one of another friend of mine, you know. Flash knew him more than me, Dante, but he knew him more than me. But Malik and Dante, they both from my area in the Bay Area. So it was like kind of cool because they went through the same thing as me as I did, you know what I mean? So I thought that was one thing that was kind of cool. I had a lot of, like a few people I could relate to, let alone I had a few people up here, you know, that was up there with me. If you know, you was up there with me, and I want to say shout out to my real one. You know what I mean? He did my art, he support, man. You know who you is, bro. Much love, guys. We came a long way, bro. Like, people don't understand the shit we really been through, bro. And so, like, I thought it was kind of crazy, right? So we all, like, lined up, we slipping and sliding. So when we get to the school, they give us these big, like, mats, like, for us to get the snow off of your shoe. Because, you know, they don't want that shit all over the classroom. So, like, all I remember, I just had to keep wiping my feet. They were like, wipe your feet, keep wiping your feet. And, like, I couldn't get all the snow. Because some of the ice was, like, snowed on there. You know, it snuck ice. So next thing you know, we chilling. We start to see what school's like. We get to meet our teacher, Mr. Landerman, who obviously be tapping in with me. Oh, damn. Oh. We're going to battle this thing real quick. Come on. Oh, shit. Oh, there's another person right there. Damn, I didn't even see his ass. He over there. Ain't even worried about the queen, man. You could have let me kill the queen at least. So, either way, like I said, so next, we went to school. We got to see how first day of school went. So what was crazy when we went into school, it wasn't no two classrooms or like half boys, half girls. No, we were all in one classroom. It was a big classroom and it's a bunch of desks. So that was it. It was either like a one room, one side of the office was an office and the other one's a classroom. That's it. Point blank period. There was like two trailers put together. One's a classroom, one's a office. So we were, when we walk up into the trailer, you first walk into the office, they check you in, make sure each student's there because that's how quick a kid or a child could run away from the group home that was, I guess they lost kids. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there at the time when the kids were running away like that. But obviously at that time they had lost kids where like kids would just dip off right at the beginning of school because that was the only time you get like where you could just run away. And so like yeah, they were checking us as soon as we got into the classroom, like they marking us doing a head count. And we like, damn, we just barely walked from across the street. Like I can't even make this up. Across the street. Not across the field, not across fucking hella places. No, across the motherfucking street, they were tallying up because they worried about a head count, like if they just lost somebody from crossing the road. It's like a chicken crossing the road. You don't want a chicken to lose his head when it crossed the road. Crazy, bro. So it was kind of wild, man. That shit was different, bro. And so like I was shocked to see that, they did the head count. And so when my teacher, Mr. Landerman, he talks to us, he started to train us. Obviously, I mean, I understand now we weren't doing that good of schoolwork. We were doing lower grades than the average kid because, we were all having issues. We all were incarcerated. So the schoolwork that we had to do wasn't above level. We were below level school grade. So we were way below level on school grades. So like, yeah, I'm happy that I got my diploma. I'm happy I graduated now. I'm happy I did everything. I got my degrees, got a couple degrees. I'm trying to get a couple more degrees. But at that time, I didn't really feel I was able to be able to get any degree because with the knowledge they were teaching us, it was still like second grade, third grade. It was like we all knew it right off the back of our head. So it wasn't like we was really learning something. So it was kind of cool with that being said because we used to go be able to chill with the teacher and actually chop it up with him. You know what I'm saying? Since we ain't got nothing to really learn, we all know how to do 2 + 2 = fucking 4. Yeah, I know you know how 3 + 3 = 6. If you can't do that, you need to stop doing basic math, man. Come on now, it's just common sense, dude. So I thought it was kind of cool, dude. It was pretty dope to see that and like see my teacher be so supportive of us. Cause at that time, like once he showed us the schoolwork that we did, then we stopped. Like I started to notice, like we would do schoolwork, but at the same time, he would talk to us about real life shit. That's why I said he would listen to us. Like a lot of people don't understand. In just that little few hours, we were there for 3 to 4, 4 to 5 hours. He listened. He want to know what's going on in the group home. He wants to know, like, I don't know if he's the reason why he played a part, but I say one thing, he heard some real stories from us and how we were unhappy with that place and we were trying to make it better. But I guess before that there was a female teacher, but at the time of my state area it was a guy. It was a male teacher and his name was Mr. Landerman. Cool ass motherfucker. I love him. I still talk to him today. I just talked to him just recently and he was checking up on me. So I love that, I love that. Like, I got a few group home staff that still check up on me. I want to say long live Big Steve. That's one of the group home staff. He was a group home staff. He weighed like 400 pounds, bro. He was big, chunky dude. He used to drive around a big silver Dodge. If you know Steve, he worked at the group home with Warner Mountain. So long live Big Steve. I want to say long live Bill, Bill was my dude, let alone he was my dorm staff, but he was still like a manager, let alone. So I want to say long live OG Bill. He used to ride a bicycle to the group home. Another thing I want to say is long live Precious and Patience. Patience was one of the nicest, sweetest ladies. She was a counselor at the group home. Her husband was Larry Trotter. And yeah, dude. Her and Larry got me through some things, bro. And I ain't gonna say Larry was a part of all that crazy stuff, because it's like, He never really did me all crazy like that, but I know he did take it over after Seth had ran it. So at the time, Seth was running the group home during the cult. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him, you know what I mean? But that was his name, Seth. So he was running it at the time. And then, my group home staff, Jim Marie, the ones who live with us, they were the cooks and the chefs. And then my staff, Brenda, was the one who runs the store. And then, like I said, you had Seth and then Larry Trotter and Patience, which was the counselors. Not only were they counselors, they were like vice presidents of the core or whatever, vice presidents of the group home. At Warner Mountains group home. So, it was kind of crazy, bro, because, like, I was shocked on just getting into everything, like, like I said, with everything with them and, like, leaving the school and, like, our teacher used to sometimes get us to open up by just a little piece of candy. He'd be like, I know you want this candy. It's like, yeah. We all wanted that candy. And so I think that's kind of like crazy, like how they used to like get us with the candy. And so like next, we leave the group home, That's when we leave the school. I think it was like around 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. We leave the school, for the first day of school. I was happy. I was juiced. I was like, damn, this what school's like over here? It's cool. It gives me something to do. So when I got out, I thought we just get to be having free time. No. They got things called chores. You don't get no free time when you get out the group room. There ain't no free time. You got chores to do after school. And so much chores, it's going to be from, I think, like I said, we got out from 1 p.m. So we were out around 1. You got chores from 1 to 6 p.m. pretty much. 1 to 5. You doing chores, bro. So you got shit to do. You got to clean up your room. Whether you got, each dorm had their own group. So like I said, I was dorm 5. So like sometimes each dorm had their own unique task around the property you need to do. Like mine was mowing the lawn and cutting the grass. So I used to drive a driving lawnmower and cut the grass. That's what I did. Like I did that and driving the RTVs and ATVs, like I told you, riding the quads. Everybody wonder why I ride motorcycles and quads. I've been riding them since a baby. So it's like, that's why. Let alone horses. We had Clydesdales. I don't look like I could ride a horse, but I could teach you some things about riding a horse. So it's like, yeah, it was just crazy, man. It was shocking. So there's a lot of shocking stuff. So when I got out, like I said, we got out to school. I thought we were going to be able to be free and do whatever we want. So when 6 o'clock comes around after we finish our chores, they tell us, they're like, oh, you want to watch a movie? Like they gave us movies, we could pick out. They got TV. So they were like, you could turn on the TV if you want. But I just remember they didn't have really no good shows. So it was like, what you going to watch on TV when they ain't got shit to watch? You know what I mean? So it's like, ain't nothing to watch. Ain't nothing on TV. There's nothing really good for us to really do up in here. So like we were bored out the ass. So like I said, that's why I was happy I pre-ordered this. That's what really made me pre-order the Xbox. I asked them, can we have, because at that time I had a PS2. If y'all know, PS2s was popping back then. We had PlayStation 2. But then at the same time, Xbox One had just came out with the Xbox One. So I was just like, yeah, let me get on it. That's the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare 2. Let me get on it. So I ended up getting on it, getting all that taken care of. Hold on, we finna kill this guy. Y'all see this guy? Let's kill this dude real quick. We're gonna slice him up real quick. We saved him a little day by handling that. Hold on, there's some things over here. Let's go. No. Oh, damn. That boy just hit that crazy jump, boy. And so, like I said, what's even more crazy about it was, like I said, we had the time. So once we were done around 6 o'clock, they're like, it's free time. You can watch movies, like I said, you can either watch TV and you could go outside. So some of us wanted to go outside. They got basketball courts. We had a little baseball field. We had like one of those little sandboxes in the back, with swings and shit. had a slide, and I mean, I ain't never seen nobody go down that motherfucker slide. We were all too big for that slide. I don't think any of us could have went down that slide. We were big kids, not little kids. And so, next you know, they had the slide, right? So you got the slide, you got everything. So like, well, I'm looking at it, you know, we all going outside. Well, like, I shit you not, people could vouch, you know. I know a few people, a couple of my boys that was up in there from Hamilton City, Chio. I know some people from Reading. I know some people that was from Richmond down in there. I know somebody that was in Stockton. I know one of my boys, he was from Antigua. Another person was farther down. He was from Santa Cruz. So like, yeah, a lot of people were from all different places, bro. Everybody was from all over California, and they were just sent up here away from their families, you know, basically to get secluded and away from all their family, like to keep them far away. Basically to say that these guys are a problem to society and we want them out of society and far away. So that's what they did, right? So next you know, we over here, we like I said, some of us had family people. Some people got visits from their family. Some people's family would drive that 4 or 5 hours to visit. My family at the time wasn't able to afford it, and they financially couldn't make it to visit me if I wanted them to. So that's why I said I never really worried about even having my dad nor moms even come visit, because they financially couldn't if they wanted to, bro, if I wanted to. So that's one thing that made it nice, that your family was able to come visit you, and y'all can go have like a little lunch or whatever in the break room. There was like a little room where you could have a little lunch and stuff. And then either you could do that or you could do the home pass, which I'm going to get to down the line. And that's for the higher phase. When you got to a higher level phase, you were able to take a home pass. So like when you're on phase 3 and you're on phase this, you get home passes. So like, not all the time you got a home pass, but once you hit phase 3, you're getting like a month-long home pass. You know what I mean? It might not feel like as much, but that's still a month-long home pass that you didn't have. Whether you feel like it's nothing or what, it's still a home pass. And so, like, I think that's one thing that some of us failed to realize, like myself, you know. I was kind of ungrateful for the home passes because I just felt like I wanted to be home with my mom instead of being grateful that I got to see my mom or I got to see my parent or I got to see my dad or whatever. You know, I never got to see my dad in the first place, but I got to see Pops, who took me in. And Pops was my foster care dad, and you know, he took me in, and I want to say I'm thankful for Pops. Long live Pops. You know, my Pops passed away, and that's one thing that's cool, man. He took me in after this, dude. Like, I literally turned 18. I had to call him like, hey, I'm 18 now. They don't want to let me out. Can I get out? And, you know, he made it happen for me to be able to get out. So I want to say long live Pops, man. For real, long live Pops, dude. Long live Pops, bro. And so, like, next thing you know, bro, like I said, we all in this group home. We dealing with all this stuff, going out playing ball, you know. Like I said, they got activity times and stuff for us to do it. So, at the time, you know, a lot of us was just like, you know, some people on that bullshit, you know what I'm talking about. That other bullshit, drama bullshit, the problems and shit with it. So, like, they on that bullshit. And like I remember when they first let us out, and we breathing, right? And like you could see the white clouds, like it's so cold outside because we breathing, you know, we hot. All of us playing, some were playing basketball, some were playing this. And all I remember was fights, you know, like right there, like a couple fights happened that night, just right there. And you're talking about, it's just us kids, these staff fighting it out, and then like lights. Like the lights that are keeping the building lit up at night. That's it. In the middle of nowhere. Like I kind of think about it, if you were to take like a drone and a drone and zoom out, oh, it would have looked crazy, bro. It would have looked crazy back then, bro. Because we're in the middle of nowhere, bro. There ain't nothing around. Dude, what y'all, we need to be figuring out where the hell we at. Let alone, dude, y'all trying to argue and fight like this. So it's kind of funny because, you know, some of us were fighting each other as children, you know. But some of us fought the group home staff too. Like I know a few children that teed off from the group home staff because they did some foul, as they would say, foul stuff or foul play, and that's what happened. Which and that's understandable, dude. It's like you did something that made that person feel some type of way. Yeah, that's foul shit. You can't be doing that, dude. And that's why I understand all totally, bro. I look at shit in the world like that every day. And on some real life shit. Because I've been there. I know. I dealt with it not on just a little me just talking about it. I dealt with it on a personal level and seen it from first-hand experience. That's like I told one of my boys was like, how you gonna try and tell me about how to heal from after a gunshot or after being shot? Because I have been, bro. I'm not telling you just because I want to tell you. I'm telling you because I've been there and I've done that and it's nothing fun. And I'm like, you really ready to deal with all that? Because if you ain't, then stop. So it's like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, it's just something I've had to always teach people slowly as we go. So like I said, the group home staff had us all playing basketball. Some dudes, y'all know how we were like some person to be a ball hog. That's really how a lot of fights happen. There was only 2 basketballs. So it's like, with only being 2 basketballs, if you didn't have the basketball at first, it's first come, first serve. You can't get mad that the other dude's gonna be holding it the whole time, trying to play ball the whole time we outside. And like I told y'all, we only outside for about 2 hours to an hour. So you can't get mad if he holds the ball the whole time and now you can't play basketball. Don't get mad at him. He's smart. He ended up getting over there first, first come, first serve. I was here first, buddy. Okay. So he got there first and, it's first come, first serve. That's pretty much baller's right. That's what we used to call it, He got the ball for the day. And so sometimes people get mad, like a couple new guys get mad, and they don't like it that the new, because we already knew about that, we wasn't new. Some of us were sitting there for a couple, at that time, yeah, I was new, but still, some people, I'm just trying to give you an example of, when I wasn't new, somebody new would come in, and next they want to get the ball. Well, now, let's say, there was other people that go get the ball before them. They thinking they just a ball hog, but really that's just the name of the game. We all knew that at the group home. There's only 2 balls for the whole basketball court. For everybody. We got 40 kids and only 2 basketballs. So yeah, it's pick and choose. Y'all know it's real. And so we had that, we had the baseball, but the baseball they took away the bats. Some dude threatened one of the people with the bat. We had those I don't know what you call titanium. I think they titanium bats. That's what it is. Yeah, titanium they titanium, I'm pretty sure. That's what they are. And so we had those titanium bats, bro. And it's crazy. Our aluminum, I don't know if they're aluminum or I'm pretty sure they're titanium, not aluminum. But I might be wrong. Let me just take that back. I might be wrong. I know titanium goes on silverware and all that shit and on the cooking utensils. But I'm pretty sure the bats were made out of titanium and not aluminum. But I might be wrong. And so they took away the bats, so none of us could have bats as weapon. They don't want nobody getting hit by a bat. So that made it sucky, because then they started giving us these softballs, they're like little softballs. You throwing them, they just flying in the air, dude. Motherfucker can't even throw it with no force, because it's literally got no weight to it. They don't want you to hurt anybody. So it kind of sucked once they took that away, because it was fun to go play baseball. We all played softball. Some of us had t-ball. Like I said, we were still young too, so some of us had they were it wasn't like we were playing T stuff like that, but I mean some people there at the group home was 8, 9 years old. So they was young still. They 7 years old, they still playing with the t-ball. Set it up. Just smack it one time, dude. And so it was pretty cool, bro. It was cool that we was able to play baseball. We was able to do all that and still be able to chill with each other and handle all our stuff all at once as a group. Because like I said, we all had to go do it all that as a group. So we all played basketball together. We all did football together. We all did the baseball together. When we went swimming, not everybody went swimming together, you know, because that's more like each time we went swimming, it was like each dorm each time we go swimming. So that was more of a dorm would go swimming instead of like everybody by themselves. So like you know where I'm talking about is like all the dorms come out at once. This is everybody. But then you got times where it wasn't all the dorms as once. It was like, you know, just a certain people. And where's he at? Oh, they're in the bunker. So like one thing that was even more crazy, cause like, oh, he's shooting at me right now. Hold on. Oh shit, there's somebody behind me. Come on. I'm ready for both of y'all. Oh, I didn't see you. Come on. Come on, don't try to run up on me now. Ooh. I need better weapons. I ran out of bullets, y'all. My bad. I literally am out of bullets on everything. That's crazy. And I got bullets, so we coolin'. So like I said, either way, the whole point is we all used to have to go outside at the same time, like a recreational time for everybody. Oh damn, this bro got the rocket launcher. Damn. Everybody always pull out a rocket launcher. How are you gonna bring a rocket launcher to a gunfight? That's the new thing that I hate about Fortnite right now, them stupid rocket launchers. And so next thing you know, like, it's crazy because we all go out at the same time. We will all not only go out at the same time, but like we do activities at the same time. Whether, like I said, you're playing basketball, whether they playing jump rope. You know, the girls used to play jump rope or that double dutch or whatever. You know, all that extra stuff. They was doing that down there and doing that. We were still separate on the property. So like the girls would still have to stay on this end of the property. We were supposed to stay over here until school and until the cafeteria. The cafeteria and school are the only time we were able to mingle with the females and the males. So like it was kind of crazy, bro, cause like next thing you know, fucking we all outside, like I said. Hella people start fighting and stuff. And then I remember they got hella mad. Like they all told us to come inside after they walked the other people that fought to the office. Cause that's the thing, when you fought somebody, they don't walk you back in the house. They finna walk you to the office, and then they either figure out if they gonna send you back to your probation officer, or send you back to your parents, or send you back to whatever. You know, whatever you had at the time, they trying to figure out what they trying to do to I guess punish you, let alone, you know, basically they want you to figure it out and get it through your head, I guess. And so next, you know, they walk you to the office. Everybody's walked to the office, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy because, like, I'm going to just cut that back because I know that shit getting annoying. So it's kind of crazy. They walk you to the office. They walk these guys to the office. When they walk them to the office, they tell us, oh, we all got to come in. Like, all the dorm staff. So each dorm got its own staff. So all four of the dorm staff leaders, that's what you call them, dorm staff leaders, whatever, coaches, whatever you want to call them, the people that tell you what to do, you know, for each house, the ones that are telling each house what to do. They're like, hey, come bring it inside. We can't be outside no more. Like, you guys, it's messed up for everybody for the night. So then it was even more fucked up. Because not only because of your actions while the whole thing's going down, now this kid just got into a fight and you can't do shit because of this motherfucker. You didn't even get into a fight. So yeah, it used to piss a lot of other people off too, because now it's like, damn, I didn't even do nothing and I'm getting held accountable for this action. But instead, the group home would do like I told you, if something was in a group activity and something happened, everybody's held as a whole. But if you did it when it was like more by yourself, then they're going to hold you accountable, like I said, to the fullest. And so it was kind of crazy, bro. Because, like, you know, it wasn't about being held accountable and taking accountability and just all that shit that we had a problem with. It was the way that they did it. Like we all could have just said, "Hey, yeah, let me take accountability for this fight and let me do what we wanted." But then, like the way they did it, made you want to say, fuck you," like anything about you, like I just don't agree. So even if you want me to take accountability, I just don't agree with you. Like straight the fuck. And so it's kind of like crazy, bro, because that's really how it made us feel like as people. And so like I really look back at it, like people wonder now when I go shopping at stores. I'm gonna get to that shit down the line in the stores. I'm planning to do these every other day, bro. So like today, what's today? Today's Wednesday, Thursday. So today's Thursday. You picture I'll try doing next one next Thursday, or I might drop one on Saturday or Sunday, maybe Sunday special for y'all. I'm gonna try and do more of these talking about what happened with situations in my life. Like I'll talk about my thyroid cancer treatment because I'm still dealing with the treatment right now. I'll talk about my the cult and the group home some more. I do plan to. This is just part one. I do plan to do at least a couple. I mean part two. I plan to do part three and part four, part five. I could do at least 10 parts on the group home because like I said, it got shut down, so it'll never be open again. The cult is still being over where it was. The cult is still alive to this day. So even though the group home shut down, the cult and the message of what they were trying to push through the group home is still alive to this day. It's just not pushed at that exact location, nor the group home. So I think that's kind of cool because, like I said, no children should go through that. You know what I mean? 'Cause it fucked me up, for surely. Like, I'm not even like, I don't even like to conversate with motherfuckers, dude. If I don't know you, stay your ass over there. Okay? Don't come over here on that bullshit either, because we're going to get on that. Straight the fuck up. We going to get on that. And so, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, it's just something I've just been trying to deal with. Just as it taught me as a growing up, to respect everybody, respect everyone and everything. That's why I'm so respectful. Because the group home had taught me at an early age about respecting everything. The world, life, our lives. We all need to be grateful. I was just talking to this girl today. We was chopping it up to my lady. I mean, she just, somebody I'm talking to. But I was just talking about like, hey, woo, 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 woo. And she's like, people need to be hella humble. Like, the world needs to be humble, and I agree. Like, I need to be more humble. I be a little stubborn, stuck ass sometimes. But I do need to learn humbleness, which I am learning. I mean, I'm pretty humble already. Because, like, nothing in my life has went my way, and I've had to just be humble the whole time. But there's some days I do start to, like, go, let's say I go do a show in front of 2,000-3,000 people. After that, I, like, get off the crowd and some people want to say what's up and I'm still forgetting, like, I'm not big. I need to be humble. When he tells me what's up, don't just be stuck up and not say what's up. Say what's up to him. Be respectful. Everybody deserves respect. It doesn't matter who you is, what it is. Everybody deserves respect. It's, until it don't need to be given. Pretty much. And that's one thing that I've learned, and it's like I do that with anybody, with everything in life. Like, when I go shopping, bro, when I go shopping just to go get some stuff in the grocery store, I check every motherfucking date. You know what I mean? I'm checking all the dates. I'm big on how I eat. Like, if it ain't name brand products, I usually don't want it. I don't do the generic, because the generic's going to come with a whole bunch of extra stuff that you don't know, which is crazy to me. Another thing I used to do when I was back then, a lot of organic food. Yeah, Larry June. Yeah, good job, Larry. That type of shit. Everything organic. So it's like, I don't know, I just plan to keep going live, baby. I don't do these YouTube lives often, baby. I'm going to start going live about how I started the business. I'm going to go live about how me and my boy Callie, he came up with the ideas to the barbecue spot. But I'm going to try and do those with him. We've been talking about it. But I just want to give y'all ideas on how to start businesses, because I mean these are things that we got that are doing great in the world right now. And I feel like sometimes people get discouraged thinking that they can't do something because of where they come from, or their background, or what they have as resources. And you should never get discouraged. Like, no matter what you was given, no matter what cards you were dealt with, play the cards and just play them right. You know what I mean? Everybody's got cards that are dealt different, and it just matters on how you play them. And just remember, don't play your cards like you're not playing for keeps. We playing for keeps. We trying to play my cards where I could try to still receive at the same time. Don't play your cards where you're just playing your cards and you're not making nothing back. Or you're not playing for keeps, or you're not thinking about the home base. That's why I think a lot of people get that shit messed up. They get so fluctuated into that, and then they forget about what's really about it. And so, like, that's one thing I love about Cali, and like my boys, all my boys that got their businesses, you know, my boy Miguel Auto Shop, if you ever heard of him, he got an auto shop right there. He's been my OG, worked on fucking about 10 of my cars, put new engines in, new transmissions. So if you need transmission, engine work, tap in with him until you red sent him. And he gonna take care of you for the lowest price. He put my last engine in for $5 grand. And that was brand new. And he refurbished the transmission. So that means he took out the transmission, got all that shit, cleaned it out. Cause I'm pretty sure my car right now, I got 270,000. So I'm almost at 300K. But that's because of the transmission being refurbished. If he wasn't able to refurbish the transmission, that motherfucker would be a trash car, and I would have already gotten rid of the motherfucker, okay? If you know Red, I don't even like to drive shit with high mileage. But this car is sentimental. I've had it since I first started making music. I've had it for a long time. You know what I mean? It's just something that just it meant a lot to me, and it's just something I didn't want to just get rid of yet. But I think one day it's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's time for an upgrade, y'all. It's time for an upgrade. Let alone we still got the other whips. Everybody know Red. There's one thing about me. I got multiple cars. Multiple cars. Yeah, some be with me, some be parked in different spots. Don't matter. The whole fucking point is I'm not walking. Are you walking? Like I said, I'm not a walker. I said that in one of my videos on my YouTube a long time ago. We trying to drive and get from point A to point B. Fuck the walking. And let alone, don't get me wrong, I'll catch a bus quicker than shit. Because I know what it's like to catch a bus. But the whole point is, I feel like some of us feel like we just too good to catch a bus sometimes. And we need to realize sometimes catching a bus be a good thing sometimes. Like, I've done it all the time, still to this day. I'll just leave my car here and go catch a bus, and you won't even know it. I'm catching an Amtrak or a Greyhound about the motherfucker. Hold on a bus. Yes, sir. You wouldn't even know. Be like, damn, this nigga Red got cars, but he still catches the bus. Yes, it saves me gas and money. And I don't have to worry about wrecking into shit. Nor do I get wrecked into. Because that's the thing, I've never been in an accident. And I don't want to be in an accident. And this is a knock on wood. I still ain't been in an accident. And I want to be thankful for that. Because my car look like shit right now. And it ain't because of me. A bunch of motherfuckers did hit my shit, dude. That's just crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy how both of your cars could get hit, so. It's just something I'm learning and I'm dealing with and adapting, and, you know, I'm about to go buy a new car. Maybe with the YouTube money that we get, hopefully, we could go buy a new car, you know. We could go get a lot of new things that we get, man. Because, I mean, these YouTube checks, they coming in. They coming in. They ain't coming in big. They ain't coming in hot. But they coming in. They coming in, and that's why I try to tell people it's not about where you at, it's about the growth. Keep building, keep progressing, keep going in life. Sometimes you might not be where you want to be, but you're gonna get there tomorrow. I promise. Just keep going, my G. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't let nobody tell you different, because it seems like a lot of people gonna always tell you ain't gonna make it, and you will. Whether they like it or not, even if you ain't here, your music's still gonna make it regardless. So that's the thing. You finna make it regardless, dude. So the best thing is just live your life and do what you do and don't worry about the rest. Let the rest work itself out. You gonna make it. That's like my pops used to tell me. He's like, you're trying so hard to get so far to somewhere that you've already gotten. And I said, what you mean by that? He says, you don't even know that when you're done, when you're done, you done a lot more than you think. And I said, what do you mean by that? And he's talking about, like, you know, the music, the being able to have a say in the world, let alone with the music, but with the world, just, you know, the fan base, the people listening, people supporting, people really rocking the merch, people really, everything is real, you know what I mean? This shit ain't just no, like, it's not like I just made this YouTube years ago for nothing. No, the support them built up over these years. And I want to be thankful, and I want to thank everybody for supporting, let alone my group home staff, the group home teacher, everybody, you know, my old POs, everybody. I mean, literally, everybody supports the music because they see what I came from. This ain't something I'm just trying to give y'all the struggle and be like, I want you to go through this. No, I'm telling you this so you can see it's nothing good. It's nothing nice. Like, that's why my music sometimes isn't the nicest music. That's why sometimes I'll be an angry person, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people say my music sounds like I'm angry, and it's like, yeah, I am. I'm just mad at where I am. Like, not where I am in life, but I'm just mad at, like, where I'm at, like, with, like, you know, just, I feel like I'm back at point A. And it's not like I'm back at point A. I got so much more to show for it. But it's just the area, the environment, the same type of, I feel like it's hard to come up and just do that when, you know, you're trying to change, but the environment they throw you back in is the same one that got you in the bullshit. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a lot of things I try to just deal with, y'all, as a person on a daily basis, you know, and try to do it as an adult and just learn how to cope with shit, because shit ain't easy, bro. Shit ain't easy, man. And nobody's gonna help us do it. I see my guy say, yes, sir. Yeah, we smoking, man. You know we finna blow some. He says it's wet. No, it's not wet. It's dry. It smokes very nice. Yeah, it's dry. I got another one already rolled up too, so we about to hit that one too. I want to say subscribe, like, share, and comment. You know what I mean? And I would keep doing these lives. I like this, man. I see y'all really interacting with it. That's what I love to see. That's the only, I just got this on another phone and I see interaction. That's what I love to see. I ain't even looked. I was just hoping for an interaction. So that's the best thing. See, that's the thing about me compared to these other artists. I really believe in just hope and hope for the future. I don't want to look at the numbers. I don't got to see how many people's in the lives. I don't got to see none of that. I want to communicate with y'all as people and know what y'all got going on and how do y'all feel with the world, you know, because sometimes right now I feel like everybody in the world, we dealing with a lot of shit, let alone shit that's out of our hands. Look at Trump, Putin, and all this Ukraine shit. That's out of our hands. We all got to sit back and watch it like television. Okay? And these motherfuckers start dropping bombs, we're going to have to sit back and start hearing it like 4th of July. You feel me? It's some real life shit. You motherfuckers keep playing around. This shit ain't no game, bro. We got countries going to war, dude. World War III really about to go back up again. And we over here, everybody in the world want to be headbutting. We got to be a team. These motherfuckers drop a nuke. There ain't no time to be headbutting. We done. Fuck a headbutt. We're fucking done. Am I the only one that's thinking about that? I guess so. I must be the only fucking one. Let alone, dude, global warming. Goddamn volcanoes, there's not snow on one of these volcanoes. That is never good. That is a real life problem. That is a real life issue and crisis. We need snow on the volcano. So I've been praying to God for the snow to come back. And I hope you do the motherfucking same. Because these volcanoes don't need to keep going another month with no snow. These motherfuckers lava keeps heating up, dude. They finna explode. These are real life volcanoes. These aren't for fake or show. Okay? So yeah, it's a lot of shit, bro. There's a lot of shit I'm trying to deal with and cope with that's just some real life shit, bro. I'm looking at it. I'm seeing it. You know, we look at the moon every day. Some people say Red just tripping. Maybe I'm hot. You know, we smoking a little bit. Yeah. But I ain't that hot. I don't know if you noticed, dude. When I was a kid, we used to look at the moon through a telescope. Now go look at the moon and you looking at what you used to look through the telescope with your own two eyes. The motherfucking moon is here. Okay? We done spinned off track. I tried to tell y'all, bro. It's like a basketball, bro. So when you put a rocket around the basketball, yeah, YouTube might flag the video because I'm saying some real life shit. It ain't no theory. This is real life common science, bro. Science, bro. I'm not even no fucking scientist, but I tell you some shit, dude. I could throw some shit and get in the lab and show you how to whip up some chemistry, okay? Real scientist. Scientific. So check this out. So, when I was doing the scientist thing, right? I did a theory. I just was like, me personally, I kept wondering why is it getting windy? Why is it getting windy? Why do we feel like the days are getting shorter? Why do we feel like the world is spinning faster? Like just certain little things. Why is this? Why is that? Why is the moon getting closer? Why is the tides of the waves getting crazier? Everything. And so I did a theory where I tied a bottle, like it wasn't a bottle rocket, but it's a rocket of a firework. Not illegal, legal ones that you could just buy from the little thing. Nothing crazy. And so you tie it onto the basketball, right? With the firework, and you put it on the basketball. So when you light the firework, what y'all think happens with the basketball? Well, the basketball starts to spin. Kind of like a globe. You know, we've all had our globes or, yeah, pretty much globes, like I'm saying, you know. Your little spinny globes. How you look at the fucking map of the world and shit. So we've all had fucking one of those, and you see how it spins. So you picture putting a rocket around that, what would happen? That thing's gonna spin faster. Now, not only does it start spinning faster, that motherfucker starts to spin sometimes off balance. By the more rockets you shoot off. Like I added a couple more rockets just to see what happens, you know? And it's just crazy, bro, because like when I really did it and I looked at it, I'm like, damn. This whole time we thinking that we're tripping. The days are going shorter. And we're tripping because, oh, it's getting windier. Why is it so windy outside? All of this. When the whole time it's been these people shooting rockets. And every time they shoot off rockets, that thrust is affecting all of us. Not just at once, though. I'm not saying one rocket is going to know. This takes millions of years of rockets, you know. This takes fucking... not even two and what? We've only been shooting rockets for about 100 years. So it'll take millions of years. Like, this ain't gonna happen yet. I'm not saying it's happening anytime soon. But I'm saying even the little bit of force can make a thrust on the power. You gotta understand, this axis that we spin on of the world, it's such a higher power that we all don't know it. We're still trying to figure it out. So if you knock us off pivot of that track, that we don't even know how the tracks run, how the fuck you expect us to put this planet back on track? I'm just saying. Because that motherfucker been getting knocked off. And people say I'm thinking crazy. I'm not thinking crazy. Because when I was a kid, I got pictures. You could look at me with the moon. It's much closer. It's much, much closer, dude. That moon is right here now. It ain't like it's just way over there. No, motherfucker. You can look at every single detail, dude. It looks like how you look at the planet looking at a globe. That's how it looks looking at the moon. And check it out one night. You just don't be thinking about me when you think about it. Just be like, he was right. It's much closer than what it used to be. And they ain't telling us, you know, they don't want us to trip over the closeness. Instead, they want us to be over here watching them about to battle it out in World War III on fucking Ukraine and... Man, can we all get along? Just spread some joy? Godly, spread some money? I thought y'all was hurting. We ain't getting no money when y'all freaking... Well, I guess this is the crazy part. They say when war happens, that's how money happens. There's disputes over money, and you know, you make more money because now you done won the battle. You taking this nigga. It's a fucked up situation. This ain't no court. This is a real life war. You talking about people's lives gotta be taken over just money battles, or this person's unhappy about this person not giving up land that they already had. Like, yeah, it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy because it's still happening to this day. Shit that we deal with, you know what I mean? Hold on, let me see what y'all saying, man. I got a couple people up in here. But yeah, that's just one of them crazy stories, bro. Most definitely, it gets everybody. The fucking the rocket to a basketball, bro, and just see what happens, bro. Treat the basketball like it was planet Earth and watch that motherfucker spin faster, bro. And just picture every time what happens when we shoot a rocket up, like SpaceX or Starship, all that shit. Everything has an effect to this planet. I don't care if you just throw a motherfucking rock at the ground. Throw a rock at the ground, it's gonna put a hole in the dirt. Everything has an effect. So when you go shoot a rocket off the planet, you might not see the effect that it's doing, but now we seeing the effect. And so I think that's what it is, really. We just starting to really see it more than we used to, because rockets are being shot off this planet every other week, it feels like. It's crazy. So we spinning. And they supposed to shoot the rockets off with the force of the planet. So it's supposed to go with the force of the planet. But to me, in my head, if you shooting a rocket off with the force of the planet, that bitch finna spin faster, right? It's just common sense. Straight up, so we finna smoke this, man. Get back onto topic with the group. I like how we got y'all in the live. I want to thank y'all all for being in the live. Like, share, subscribe. We're gonna keep doing this, bro. I'm gonna keep going live. I do plan to go get out and go get content. You know, I got a couple people with restaurants that want me to go review. We're gonna still go do more reviews. We already did a couple, but we're gonna go do some more. And we're gonna go do some more events. You know, I got some big events coming up that we're gonna hopefully, I hope y'all excited for as well as I am, because one of them's for Halloween. And if you know, Halloween's finna be lit, dude. I think this is the best Halloween out of all the year, because everybody's gonna be outside and it's supposed to be all good vibes this Halloween. You know what I mean? It's something that everybody, I think, needs in the world this Halloween. So it's gonna be lit. Other than that, what's poppin' with y'all? We got any comments? Let me see something. See what we got over here. What many people we got up in here? But definitely want to say thank you, like. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you and your daughter for saying I was amazing for speaking. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. I know I'm not the best speaker, but I did take college, public speaking in college last year. I didn't graduate, but I'm thinking about doing it again this year and actually trying to graduate. But I did end up getting a C grade in my, or no, a D grade in my public speaking. So I got a lot of work to do on my public speaking. I'm not really meant to be a public speaker, but it's something that I could work on really being a better public speaker at. Um, I know where I come from, my background isn't something where people would normally like to hear me speak, but I feel like I have a lot of good things to say where a lot of knowledge of just even a regular person could learn from it. You don't have to just come from the background to learn the knowledge that we have. And I feel like everybody can utilize it and you can put it your way and your own way of putting it, you know, because some people take things as a different ways, but to me, I feel like I would just want you to take it in my concept and put it in your own concept. So that's the thing, you know, it's nothing about me trying to tell you what to do or tell anybody. I just try to give knowledge every day, whether it's to younger cats, to older cats. You could be older than me or you could be younger than me. I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to learn something from you. Why? Because the older person could still learn some and the younger person could still learn some. No matter the age, you could still learn some. And no matter the age, you could still teach something. So it's like, it's something I try to just deal with, you know, because since a kid, I never really liked speaking. Like I told you, I wasn't really a talkative person. And so this is all still new to me, having to talk about things that I don't really want to talk about. Like, this isn't a light situation. My group home was a cult. My staff was all part of a cult group named ISIT. Not ISIS. ISIT. ISIT. Make sure you get that straight, because I know it sounds close to the other group, but it's a cult. You can look it up. They're all over the internet. And it's been happening since the early 1980s. Or maybe even earlier than that. I mean, I really don't know, but I'm pretty sure all the stories that I know are from the 1980s to now. And I was there from 2011, like a 2012 pretty much, to 2000 and what? 2016, 2015? Like, no, like 2014 is when I got out. So, well, 2014, so 2012 to 2014, and then the first time I was there, I was at an early time. So, that's the thing, I went there twice. So that's the thing, I had just got out of there for doing good. I did, like I said, I raised up to a phase 3. And then I ended up going home, and that's when they ended up doing a thing, like, they raided the house. And when they raided the house, they did a thing where they said it was a welfare check. And when they came to me at my house, which we lived at a little, like, in a rural area, we didn't have no power, we didn't have no water, we didn't have no electricity. And so they told me that it was an unstable living, and due to my welfare and my well-being, I wasn't able to stay there, and they took me to the jail. They took me to jail and literally locked your boy up, doing a thing called dead time. I don't think you understand. Has any of y'all ever heard what dead time is? Dead time is when you're locked up for nothing. You're literally just sitting there for nothing. All because they can't find a place for you to go to. Since I was a placement child, they couldn't find a placement for me to go to. So now I'm sitting here locked up with a bunch of kids that just pulled crimes. And I ain't even did a crime. But I'm sitting here because y'all tell me you can't find a place for me to go. And it's crazy. It was big. It was something where I had to learn. It taught me a lot just with the group home. That's why I'm happy that I talked about this today. This one thing that I like about going live with the chat. You guys chopping it up, dropping stuff in the comments. Not only is I need to be more teaching of how I say something public speaking, because like you said, I see we got people on here with their daughters. I love that. That's very respectful. But not only do we have that, it's just, you never know who's listening. Whether it's an older person or a younger person, you should always just want to be a good role model. And that's the thing. We're never going to try to lead people the wrong way. We're trying to lead them the right way. So, it's something I'm trying to do. Hold on, we got the phone call. Let me answer this phone call real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get off the live, yo. Hold on, I'm gonna call my bro. I'm gonna stay live for a few more minutes. It's something we gotta deal with, but we back, though. And man, I see we got 5 likes, man. It's been a good little thing with y'all, man, on this YouTube live, and I plan we do a lot more. It's just the beginning. I love that y'all gave me 5 likes, man. We're gonna get a lot more than just 5 likes. We got more coming. We finna finish this last one. We're gonna chief it heavily. And I've learned to not rush the process. Things take time. You know what I mean? I done seen a lot of people blow up. I done seen a lot of favorite artists be the biggest. Rio, the Young OG, I was with them before they blew up. RMC Mike, YNJ, I was with them before they blew up. Who else can we talk about that blew up? We all knew Mozzie. We was with Mozzie and them before they blew up. Who else we was around? Fucking. There's a couple artists we was around before they blew up, bro. Like La Russell, I seen him. I didn't really know him that well, but I seen him a couple times. Now look at him, he's big as hell. Uh, who else can we think? Like Pooh Heifer. We've been around SOB, RBE, Slimmy B, and T.O. and all them, RBE. Then you got SOB, which is Slimmy B and the Boy. So it's like, you know, they blew up too with the SOB RBE days. That was big for the world, man. And yeah, man, I done seen a lot of artists blow up, bro. I done seen a lot of artists like perform with me, and now they're stars. These are people that if I see them, I mean, they might act like they don't know me, but most of them still say it's Red. They still show me my props and say it's Red. And that's just crazy. I think about it all the time. Before cookies was even cookies, and I had it on me before Burner had it. That shit crazy. But I want to say salute to my guy Burner. Salute to everybody. You know, all my guys that make music. You know, like I said, even one of my friends told me, why don't you ask them for like opportunities? It's not about asking for a handout. We could do that any day. But the whole point is you're going to feel better when you go get it yourself. And you're going to feel like you did it the right way. And so like me, you know, back in the day when I was rocking with the Thiz Lad, and everybody know I used to go by Red, Little Red Thiz Lad. And back in the day, we when cookies first came out, they made these cookies, these fake cookie shirts. Well, we went all up and down the West Coast, stripping them out of freaking the smoke shops. Like we had paperwork. We had the paperwork, official paperwork from Cookies, because you know, we know the owners. We know who run Cookies SF, and it's a lot of people now running Cookies SF. But we still know who the main topic is. And so like, yeah, at that time, we had to go strip out all those shirts, all the Cookies gear. That was all bootleg. We called it bootleg cookie gear. So we had to strip everything out of that motherfucker. That shit crazy. And like you're talking, this ain't just one smoke shop. It was multiple smoke shops from NorAl, SoCal. Yeah, yeah. Motherfuckers were selling that bootleg cookies all over the West Coast. So yeah, at that time it was hot, bro. It was hot. Like now I still got a bunch of shirts that are brand new from that, just that we stripped out. And it's crazy because it's like, I just never forget, like, we all had a bunch of free shirts. And we're like, what are we going to do with these shirts? But we didn't want to give them out where people could sell them. So now what do? We wear them and get them dirty and trash, the bootleg shirts that we walked in and took out of the rack. I mean, we don't know who made them. We don't care who made them. We don't know how much they cost you to make them. You didn't have permission to make them. We're going to take them and go handle that. So, yeah, that was one of those crazy moments, you know. I was a part of that. It was a big thing, you know. We went and hit every store that was selling bootleg cookies. So all y'all stores be watching out still, dude. We still might hit your ass if you still try doing that bootleg shit. Don't get it twisted. We watching, dude. If you got the fake cookies, you got the fake awful lot of it, we on your ass. Desto, no, that's my guy, man. We ain't doing all that no more. He said, Red, man, he got me on the new gear. He sent me a package. So shout out to Desto Dub for getting me right with the package. He sent me all types of awful lot of cough syrup. So I just want to say, like, one thing that I want y'all to understand is if you dream chasing and you going towards a goal, just go towards it and don't let nothing hold you back from it. And sometimes it ain't going to happen right away. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, my goals ain't happen right away. But I feel like if I just stay focused and I stay working on the right pivot, there's nothing that's going to stop me from getting there. got? What's Sassy say? Oh yeah, we got a couple. Finishing an achievement accomplished is the best part of starting in the first place. Come on. And finish it through. Don't just like you said, like, you know, like kind of don't just half-ass it and not finish it through. Follow through with it. No matter what you're doing in life, follow through. It could be the simplest thing. Sometimes it might not work out right away, but you still should follow through with it for surely. I think that was the best thing. I like that one, and that needs to be pinned. Can you pin it? Oh, it ain't gonna let me pin it? Yeah, that's crazy. It won't let me pin it. But either way, I would pin that comment if I could. Look. Now, don't worry, y'all. We still here. We just had to get the water, man. It's 100 degrees outside, if you know. Hold on, let me pull up the pants. It's 100 degrees outside, right? I think right now it's 106. We over here cooking, we sweating. Drink some water, man. Make sure you drink some freaking water. I don't care if you have a little bit of water. Just drink some type of water where you know you've drunk some water during this heat. Because everybody today in this whole West Coast is hot. No matter where you at. We all hot. It's hot as hell over here. Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. And like I said, you know, I got the thyroid problem, so sometimes when I drink something, as y'all can see, I do have issues drinking something, but that's thyroid cancer. I had to have my thyroid. I took a bunch of radioactive. I used to do radioactive iodine, so that was the treatment that they gave me. Basically, radioactive activity. Still, and I'm still doing it. I've been doing it for the last 3 years, and it's doing much better. I had a goiter, so before my neck used to bulge. Now my neck don't bulge, and it's much better. But it's just something I've had to deal with after eating, plus being shot in the head, plus the cancer. It doesn't help. Like, you know, I'm not the strongest of right now where I can be able to do certain things like mentally and physically, because I'm still healing from all of that. So it's like, yeah, with the cancer, it's starting to get through, but you can see it when I drink right now. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's hard to swallow things. Like when I eat food, I have a struggle eating. So if y'all watch me do these reviews, these food reviews, and y'all see me just take a few bites and you're not seeing me eat all the food, that's because I usually don't eat all the food. Like I said, I'm having trouble eating. Like I got some trouble swallowing. Like literally, you'll see what I'm saying. So it's like something right there. Like basically, your thyroid gland sits around your throat. Mine was swelled up. It's swelled down now, but it's still swelled enough where it's suffocating my throat. If you get what I'm saying. So it makes it hard for anything to be swallowed, anything to fucking eat something, drink something. Yeah, it's not cool, bro. And it makes it hard to breathe. But it's just something I've got to deal with. It's not gonna get any better. It'll probably get worse over the years, and we're just gonna take it with a chin up. You know what I mean? That's all you really can do. And don't let the rest hit you on the way out. Tell God I just save a bed when you see me coming for him. I'm gonna be happy when I do, because I'll be out of all of this pain. I'll be, thank you, God. You done took all this pain away from me, because I'm in a lot of pain still. You know? I don't like it. It's not fun. I don't like to take meds. People think, oh, you're taking all this. That's a good. No, the pain. I wish I'd trade anything to get out this pain. And it's like, yeah, this is something I'm trying to deal with. I guess I do good about not showing it. But like even my doctor's just like, yeah, you going through so much. He gives me 30s. I got all types of crazy stuff. The meds that y'all would think that's prescribed to your great grandma or your grandma, those are prescribed to me. Cause I get fucking, I got, like I said, I got cancer. I got some crazy meds prescribed to me. So yeah, most definitely, it's a trip. But yeah, I do plan to do more of these lives. I plan to keep dropping content for YouTube. I plan to drop some new music. We offer that other bullshit with the subject. I already got 2 new jobs. So I just want y'all to know, like, even that last song that you're gonna see on my YouTube, if you do check that out, don't worry, that's not where we at in life. We're way on to much bigger things, and we building. I'm building a future right now, and I think it's cool because let alone we already had the future built, and now we're kind of building a new future, and I'm excited about it. So I'm excited about doing this, man, for real. It's something that I feel like I need to deserve. It should have happened a long time ago. It's happening slowly but for surely. And that's pretty much it, man. I just hope y'all like, share, subscribe. Most definitely, if you want me to do more YouTubes like this, comment. Like I said, I'm going to do a part 3. So part 3, this one, I called this one mainly, this one's going to be called fucking the part of when I first arrived at the group home, what it went down like, how it was. The next one I think I'm gonna do is like what my first 2-3 months was like when I was there. Like I said, I've been there for a few years, so I'll say like on the next video I'll talk about what it was like for the first 3-4 months. Like how did I get into the routine with everything, learning how everything went, like everything, like what my daily routine was. How did we do this? How do we and just start to just keep going. It's just something I'm starting to think like people like the story because they're like, as you can see, if y'all look at the first video, I mean, it's got 100 and some comments on it. I was not expecting that video to even go that big, just let alone that many people respond back to me and I actually see the feedback. I love that I get the feedback from y'all on YouTube. It's amazing. Because, like, that's the best part. The feedback ain't never wrong. It's always good feedback. Like, some people were like they were there. I like to see that, like, to know that I'm not the only one that's been in the situation. You've obviously been in it too, so. Yeah, that shit's cool. It's something I'm working on is just building the YouTube, man. We're going to keep dropping content. I have made a new YouTube channel. I haven't released the name yet, but I will be releasing the name soon enough and trying to get more subscribers to that new YouTube channel. And that's going to be more for the podcast at our new location that we have. And in the podcast, we don't really plan to talk about like pretty much, I mean, we could talk about music stuff, but we really plan to talk about more like what's going on really with the world, how us as the people can change the world, what ideas we have to change the world, and not just throwing out the ideas where you motherfuckers take them, because that's just retarded, dude. We tired of giving y'all game on YouTube. Y'all motherfuckers straight taking our game. Y'all can't be doing that. Like, we giving y'all the sauce, but we ain't giving y'all the sauce fully. Y'all got the sauce, but we ain't giving you the recipe. Come on now. There's a difference. Give them the sauce, but don't give them the recipe. So yeah. So nah. That's for surely one thing that we're gonna do. But for surely I feel like we should teach motherfuckers like that. Give knowledge, bro. That's what I'm saying. YouTube is a knowledge platform. If you're on YouTube and you ain't learning from YouTube, what is you doing with your YouTube? Because obviously you're wasting your YouTube knowledge. YouTube, you can learn stuff from it. I don't know about y'all, but my college professors, because like I said, I am a college student. I'm a full-time college student. And my college professors personally use YouTube. And a lot of them use TED Talk. I know you motherfuckers heard about that TED Talk. Now, TED Talk is a great thing because TED Talk is a great way. Like I said, I did public speaking. So my teacher would tell us about TED Talk all the time. It was a great way to tell us how to speak, but not only speak and learn how to speak, be okay with speaking coming from a background of whatever your background is. Because everybody's background is different. But I know my background was rough. So I felt like, it's not that I want to say like oh, this person wouldn't want to hear me. I just felt like they didn't want to hear me. You get what I'm saying? It's not that they won't hear me out. It's just they don't care to hear me out. It's not that, and that's where I had to realize everybody will hear you out. You just got to get them to hear you out. Like that's it. No matter who it is. Some people might say, "Oh, nah," but once you say something that catches their ear, they gonna hear what you. They want to hear what you got to say. So, I want the world to understand that and understand that whatever you're doing, whether it's public speaking, whether it's chasing a dream, working a job, taking care of your family, taking care of your kids, taking care of yourself. Just keep doing it. Keep going. I see you. If nobody proud of you, I'm proud of you, and I see you, and just keep going, man. We're going a long way, man. We got a lot more to keep going. And I'm going to be getting off this live soon. I'm going to just burn the rest of this down. I want to say thank you, YouTube, for letting me go live. This shit, every TikTok I go live, yeah, they tripping. Yeah, we ain't doing that on TikTok. So, now I know I'll do it on, and just leave it at that. So, shout out to YouTube. I have a puff pass for YouTube, and I will keep dropping content for YouTube. I might drop a new song today or by YouTube. And I do plan to go live, like I said, not until 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days. And when I do go live again, I'll do probably like 2 hours, like I did today. This one's about 2 hours. I'm pretty sure I added it up. It's about 2 hours, so. And the next live, I'm going to do more of the focusing on the other phone with focusing on y'all right here. So then I can interact more with the chat too. I understand I missed a few chats in the comments. We got multiple comments, but I'm missing them. I don't want to hear y'all say we didn't get no comments. I can show y'all. We got comments out there. Look, we got comments. Zay, shout out to Zay, AM. Everybody, man. So we got comments, and I just want y'all to know I'm going to start interacting with those comments next time more better by having the phone sitting right here in front of me and looking at it while I'm talking to you. Because I feel like that's something that I need to do, but it's still something I'm learning how to do. I don't really do this live, but it's cool to go live, and I do like going live. I love to drop the content. I love to get y'all feedback on the content. And I understand some music I drop is good, some music I drop is trash. Not everything gonna be good. Not everybody gonna like what the fuck I got going on. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta like it. Go to the next channel, okay? You ain't even gotta subscribe, okay? But if you like what I got going, subscribe to it, P. Slide with me, and let's go somewhere and we can go, win every day and get see the sea, okay? From the bay, okay? You feel me? Straight up. That's how I'm feeling, man. It's just, I don't know. I'm not really a YouTuber. This is something new to me, but I do plan to keep dropping content, and I plan to keep dropping music for y'all. I've been dropping music on YouTube since 2009. It's goddamn 2025, bro. That's almost 20 years ago, y'all. I'm feeling old, you people. Y'all think I'm over here young. I'm feeling old, you people. So get it together, man. We OG with this shit. Nigga, I'm ready to be done with YouTube. Close out the whole YouTube account. But I feel like I need to start going live and see what it does. Because we've been doing this music and all this stuff forever long. I see everybody going live. And I got a lot of stuff to say, man. I'm going to talk about how I turned down that record label deal, man. Most of y'all would have signed your life away for that deal. I didn't. I said no. No, 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 no. I won't. I don't care what you got, how much you're offering. Unless it's $1 million right now, I am not caring what you gotta say. Maybe if it's $1 million and you just want the catalog, then yeah, I would have did it. But no, nobody's gonna buy my catalog. Yeah, for that, nah, never that. We need 1 million, and we trying to get to 1 million whether we sell the catalog or not. So that's one thing that I just noticed. I want y'all to understand is don't sell yourself out. If a label come calling, make sure they price is right, and make sure you read your shit and find descriptions so you know what they want and what they want for you to do. So we all know. So yeah, just let them know to find description pretty much, man. Because that's the thing. I don't think a lot of people understand when a record label signs you, it's a lot more than just doing something. And when they buy your catalog, they could buy your catalog, but now that means they don't pay you no more. So like me, I get checks off my music every 2 months, every month. Sometimes every month. I ain't gonna be cocky, but it'd be like every month, like $500. So like just the last month, I just got checked for 500, and this month is 700. So like it ranges, it goes ups and downs. I ain't gonna say my checks are always high. I ain't gonna say my checks are always low. Some be 1,000, 2,000. It just matters on how much content you drop it. And so like that's why I try to tell people it's good to drop a lot of content. It's good to get the feedback, and it's good to interact with everybody on YouTube, whether it's your subscribers or just other channels. Because you never know what another creator might have to offer, dude. You can learn something, bro. Like, I'm learning stuff every day. And I love it, bro. It's cool, man. We all on this YouTube getting to it, man. We all figuring it out. There's more money than just what? Job, dude. Let's go get some YouTube money, dude. Fuck the job. YouTube money feels nice than a job. Don't get me wrong. A job is still good, too. But YouTube money on top of the job? Oh, yeah, it's nice. Let alone you get the music money on top of the YouTube money. Then you get the business money on top of the YouTube money. Then that's on top of the music money. Then that's on top of the work money. Come on. You doing so good. You tell baby you ain't even gotta work, honey. I'm just saying. It's like investment, bro. That's why I try to tell people, bro. It's not that, even if you don't see the money working for you right now, like a lot of this songs and a lot of things, I've spent more than what I've made back, right? But now I've made my money back, so I can't say that no more. But at that time, I could spend more than what I made back at the time. But in the long run, over time, you will receive whatever you put in back. So I know some of y'all out there be buying your music royalty stocks. And even if you put some money in to get this royalty stock, I promise you, you're going to receive that back in the long run. Because it's just, the money don't never stop. That's why, if y'all heard Sauce Walker, it's like an apartment floor. It's an apartment floor because you steady got to rent an apartment. You steady getting paid from it. So if you own the apartment and you steady renting the floor, you steady getting a check every month. That's just like I told you, I steady get a rap check. So that's the difference. I'm not a big rapper. I'm not no famous rapper. I'm considered an underground rapper, and what you would call is an underground, not even no gangster rapper or nothing. I'm an underground Bay Area rapper, but let alone an underground Bay Area rapper, I be fucking just, I don't know, I spit about my life. So, like, that's the difference. I'm not telling you something that's sugar-coated. So, yeah, even the stuff I say might come a little bit too broad. But I'm not sugar-coating none of this shit. And I don't want to sugar-coat life in general, because life shouldn't be sugar-coated. This is real life. I'm not trying to freaking play with nobody. I'm not trying to waste time with nobody. I'm not trying to bother nobody. Stick to myself playing some motherfucking video games, and that's motherfucking it. Smoking a fat fucking blunt, okay? and then focus on building this fucking business that nobody wants to help me build. That they want to share down the buildings but don't want to help me build it. It's fucking crazy. And that's how I feel with the company with the clothes, you know. Nobody wants to help me build it with that, and I'm just trying to do that too. Even my boys, you know, I got a couple boys that I got rocking the merch, but it's like, you just want more support from your close friends, you know? Or at least the ones you thought were. But it's like, you don't really got. So it's like, all you can do is just chill and just stick to yourself anyway, and that's all I do now. I do that, think about the long ones, you know, the roads that are gone. Like, I just lost a few loved ones, man, that just passed away. Got a couple funerals coming up. About 3 funerals coming up. So yeah, I got my bro, my cousins. Yeah, it's some shit, bro. I got some shit I gotta deal with, bro. That's life situations after you losing pops. But that's where it tells you, like, life will hit you with something. Don't let that get you down. No matter what life hits you with, whether it's a loss, whether it's you lost your job, whether it's you're not bill ain't paid, your light bill went off, your electricity bill, you ain't got no water, anything you're going through that makes it feel like it's a struggle, just remember somebody's always going through something 10 times worse, and just, get up, fix it. It might feel like it's impossible right then and there, but it ain't. It really ain't. We need to figure out as the world, like all of us be like, oh, we ain't got no money, I can't fix this, I can't fix that. But if we can get up and fix ourselves and fix everything, then the world would have money. If everybody was working, the world would have money. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that the world is lacking right now, is we need more people working, we need more people employed. The unemployment's still at an all-time high. Shit, I'm unemployed too, so add me to the list, I'm just saying. That's why YouTube's the best thing, dude. Let's do this fucking creator shit. And so it's like, but like I said, I got 2 new jobs, so really I'm not unemployed, but I'm just being sarcastic. But I'm not working for a little couple more weeks. I told them to give me a few weeks before they start me with the new job. But I just want y'all to understand is just, no matter what your dream is, y'all, as the people, like as me telling you, as man to man, or person to person, or whatever. I don't know you guys. Some people I don't know. You're just seeing my YouTube that might pop up in front of your face. Me as to telling you is that, just go get what you deserve. That's it. And don't let nobody stop you from getting it. And don't say that it's not accessible. All you got to do is put in a few footsteps. Sometimes it might be bigger footsteps than you think. But that's about it. Like me, I've been doing my own thing. That's it. I'm going to do me. I do my own thing. Like, I've never been an artist and need to do footsteps. Like, I just created this soda. And I created these sodas, and I'm selling these sodas at different stores. And I go to a store, right? And when I go to a store, I see these other people that I know selling the soda too. And I'm like, bro, I gave you the idea and everything. You gonna come to the same store that I told you I'd take mine to? Like, that's crazy. Like, you obviously learn from me. You looking at my cans and how everything's made, reaching out to the manufacturer. So it was cool. It was like something that I learned to, me being the lady, the manufacturer lady who makes my sodas, which I love her to death. She's cool as hell. She said, you did it first. She said, you did it first. Why are you worried about who's doing it next when you're the trendsetter? And I said, damn, you made me think like that. I didn't even think like that. Like, that's the realest shit. Like, it's all about who did it first and then who does it after. It doesn't matter. Like, when I started to do the dance and I'm humping the floor, y'all know I was doing that back in 2016, 2015, I was doing that, right? So, I was doing that back then, Then next you know, now look at Rio the Young OG. Look at RMC Mike, YNJ, TJX6, all your Michigan rappers. They do a lot of that dancing where you do the bouncing up in the flow. I call it the bass bump, but everybody's saying it's just humping the flow. But pretty much, you doing the dance. That's something that I started to do. And that was just something I just did because it was funny. I just thought it was the coolest thing. I didn't think it was like something that people were going to really start doing, like all over the fucking world, let alone all over America and, you know, all over the world. Like that, yeah. That's when I knew, like, we really some trendsetters. So I just want y'all to know, as right now, I understand my voice ain't big. Like, my voice is getting bigger, but it ain't big yet. Like, I'm not no big artist yet. I'm still like, you know, I'm like y'all. I'm a person, bro. So I just want y'all to know is y'all can do this too, bro. Like, get up here, get up, get to chasing your dreams, get up and go to work, get up and go take care of your family. If you got kids, go feed your kids. Don't be no deadbeat daddy, don't be no deadbeat mama. The world needs to be fixed, and we gotta fix it. Nobody gonna fix it for us but us. We need to all be able to go outside to a show and get to watch our favorite artists perform and not have to worry about an issue. Like, this is what the world needs. We need to get back to that. No, I understand, yeah, we all have our differences. But there's a time we need to put our differences aside and realize it's not just us as the people anymore. This is getting past us as the people. It's leaving the country. Shit. So yeah, it's just something I'm learning to deal with. I just want to say thank y'all, YouTube. We finna get up out of here, man. We're gonna keep doing the lives, keep doing the content, keep dropping. I'm gonna keep doing the videos on the cult. Like I said, the group home was called Warner Mountains Group Home. The cult was called Isaac Cult. So in case you don't believe me, you can Google all that. They're all fucking got their information. If you want to look more into it, it's all up to you. You don't have to though. I just want you to know we ain't lying. It's real life stories. This real life shit I've dealt with. Like I said, I used to be in a little room locked away. I was locked away in a little room playing with this. Video games. This is how I played my video games on this little TV. And I still got it. Plus, I used to play my music. Plus, it took your Xbox. I mean, your iPod. It took your iPod. So, it worked for my Xbox and it took the iPod. And like I said, I was able to have the SD. You had your 3 prongs. So, I did my video, my audio. There's the video yellow, your yellow, white, red. Yeah, it's got everything. Plus the antenna, man. This thing's older than a couple of y'all, man. I know you might have some little young people, young heads trying to follow, but this might be older than y'all, man. This is ahead of its time, dude. I don't think y'all understand. It's called an iLive. An iLive. And so when I was locked up, this was a big deal, bro. This is my favorite thing to use, bro. It's a 270 flat screen LCD is TV. That shit crazy, bro. You gotta remember, so this motherfucker got 270 degrees. It can't go 360, but it goes 270, but it's okay. It's still halfway though. But that motherfucker cool, man. I just got a lot of memories with that, and I thought it was cool to bring that out and talk to y'all about it and actually show y'all, you know, what we used to use, because I know I talked about it in the first one, saying how I had my little Xbox and my video games, and I was playing video games in the room with the boombox. That's the boombox. I had to kind of whip it out. I wanted to whip it out and do this for the second part already, so I could show y'all, you know, this the boombox. This was it. We really had the TV in the room right there. They didn't even notice we had a TV. They thought that motherfucker just played CDs and just deck. That's it. And my iPod. We were allowed to have an iPod. You wasn't allowed to have a TV. So it's just something I thought was cool, man. And I'm going to just let y'all go I want to say much love to YouTube. Shout out to all my YouTube people out there. You know what it is. It's red. Shout out to all my It's Red people, man. It's red and we moving, man. We're going to keep dropping music. Everybody be positive. If you're working today, keep up the great work, y'all. I'm proud of you. And if you work tomorrow, have a great day at work tomorrow. And just know, man, as much love. Subscribe, like, share. I'm going to keep dropping content. I'm about to get off this motherfucker, man. It's red. You hear me? You hear me? It's red.